Hellblade, Senuas Sacrifice.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming.
Quiet. Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in hell.
Look, up ahead. You see it too?
You promised you came.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
Go back.
It's not safe.
It's there. They're here.
Can you see them? I can see it.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
I can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power. You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Finally, we're here. It looks like it's just after the battle. The bodies are still not decomposed much, and some of these got tortured by quite a bit. Most of them ended impaled, just like Dracula, the famous Dracula did to his opponents.
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
She's hearing voices.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Now, as you can see, the game looks beautiful, very beautiful indeed. Let's keep moving forward. It looks like
Focus. Look closer. Look.
Our
Use your eyes. Why isn't she looking closer? She needs to look closer. Focus.
first
Do
objective
not
here.
forget my stories, Senua, because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Okay. It looks like we are moving on to hell, I guess. Let's do just that. It's a stormy weather. And there's
The darkness is coming.
quite a bit of shipwrecks and defensive walls
But she's not stopping.
in this vicinity.
Not this time.
Oh, would you look at that? It seems that the city
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? I hear you. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Obviously, this is where the inhabitants that got impaled came from.
Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him.
This lake or river is dry.
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name.
Or
She
not.
forgets too.
It seems that you just found.
I don't need it dead.
It's a sea.
That part was
We're at the edge of the sea. At the beach, in fact. And it could be that it's an invasion.
Let's see, shall we?
Obviously, that looks like an area that got invaded, and it's not surprising why, because there's this town, but they have placed quite a few spikes here to stop the ships from onboarding troops.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
Okay, it looks like we'll learn a little bit about old, very old religions. It looks like that's what the Scandinavians and most likely the people from Denmark believed in. And at some point in the past, obviously, it could be that this religion is still alive today.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Alright, looks like we found the gate itself.
It's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. Don't listen. I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. Never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Druth is my truth. Huh?
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Let's do that.
To take a closer look to see.
I can see one.
She needs
Hold
to
it
focus
in your
now.
mind's
She needs to
eye.
use her eyes.
Find one like it to open the gate.
It's hidden.
Alright, let's do just that then.
It's near.
Here it is.
Focus. towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Alright, so it looks like that will take off the magic.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous.
Let's do this.
It works. It's safe.
Now that that's done,
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
it looks like the Northmen have attacked this place because
Another voice joins us. She wants trying to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge. Pretend it's going to be okay.
whoa, 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 whoa.
But you know that death is near. Waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Okay. Let's go. Forward now. Let's have a closer look. So, it seems that our objective here is to go to the gate itself, which well, that's the crazy going to the hell itself. So we're moving through the other passage here, and we're finally here. The gate.
Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
You're going to die. Get away. Get. This is coming.
looks like we'll be fighting this gatekeeper or our god. We'll soon to find out. Who exactly is he? I like very much the fact that we can see wounds on him. And that's different. Wow! There's two of them now. Looks like I'm done. And you left the game.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over, and all progress will be lost.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Okay, it looks like she's carrying somebody's skull here, and I suspect that she believes that that person is still out there. Obviously we heard that the skull was breathing, or at least it looked so to her. And I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to revive that person that she
Be very careful, Senua. Choose a gate, Senua. 2 gates, 2 guards.
is carrying on her belt.
Valravan, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravan and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Okay, it looks like we are moving into his lair here, and we'll see what to expect. As you can already notice, most of this stuff is abandoned, so to speak, and those villagers that got impaled didn't really take care of